In this section where you review setting up user types, this would pertain to customers and your employees. Under the wizard, you should be able to find user types and then setting up employees. So this should be familiar if you've already gone to the wizard. Under authorizations and access, we have user types. Typically, a certain number of user types come already preloaded in the system. And each one of these user types has a number of authorizations. Behaviors pertains to cashiers versus servers. Servers maintain their own balance sheet, whereas a cashier works off of a cash drawer. Several people might be working off of the same cash drawer. And then authorizations, we're not going to cover any of the details here, but this is where you would enable things like voids, printouts, what people can do with the system. And then you're going to set a role for each type here. In this case, admin is going to be admin. Then we're going to look at employees. And employees will typically have a PIN code if their role is employee. If they are a manager or admin, they should not use a PIN code. They should use a username and password. And then they will have a type. So they're going to have two things, a role and a type. And usually each employee should be at least a cashier, or they could be a manager or assistant manager. And then if they're an employee, they could have a PIN code. The job type is more of a description, and they can also have a pay rate if you're using 10 o'clock. Other settings that would pertain to the type of role an employee has are under settings, and we have menus. So what we see on the left-hand side are these menus here, and the rules that are allowed for these different menu sections are based off of what we see here in the access here. So the rules are based off of just the sections here, and if you do or don't want somebody to access, or not somebody, but a type of person to access different sections, you would add or remove those roles from this list. Another place to note are function groups. Function groups are menus that are positioned in different places in the software. And there are two settings here. One is for staff and one is for customers. When you have general staff, those employees that you want to access some of these functions, you would select the function and you would allow the staff use. So these are custom buttons that you would add different functions that we have available to menus, and then you'd allow staff to use. This is a good starting point for you to understand where you can add employees and what settings you can apply for employees.